which has been all men and single protagonists. And then there is a big theme this year of children being in the balance and having to deal with grown-up things. So that's pretty sobering. And then a whole lot of family and brotherhood. And then someone who wants you gone or doesn't think you're right for the role. And then finally, the context is a whole lot of war, division, battles, trenches, killing, collateral damage to fight. So, woo-hoo. But it's not only 1917. You know, I could take a movie like Marriage Story where it's really about these two people who ended up in a battle that they didn't really want to be in. But their lawyers kind of ratcheted up their battle and they started killing each other, you know, over that. And so that's the context is that. And then the biggest theme that I saw in every single movie is the concept of devotion, loyalty, allegiance being tested. So that is the thing that comes in almost every single movie in every single movie in the Oscars this year.
I was talking to Brian. We've been planning this for not terribly long, but long enough to be talking about the theme before some recent things have been in the news. Can anyone think of a recent thing in the news where someone's devotion, loyalty, allegiance was tested? Anything recently? No? Okay, it's just me, sorry. Obviously, the Mitt Romney vote that really, I don't know, however you feel about that.
I got one for you. You ready?
Okay.
Maybe some British royals.
Has anybody thought of that?
Has been tested.
What does it mean to be part of a family? And what family are you part of? And what family will you be loyal to?
Right.
So there's,
yeah, a lot of that. And then all of a sudden, you know, I had this nagging thing like there was something missing. And basically when I created these circles, all of a sudden they came together. And when they came together, I realized what we were asking was, will we be our brother and sister's keeper? You know, that we're dealing with, what are we devoted to? What are we really devoted to? We need to separate out the things we don't need to be devoted to. And in the midst of fighting and all the things that are going on, and will we be our brother and sister's keeper? Because in all of these movies, I mean, I started looking at it and going, oh yeah, like Jojo Rabbit, he actually finds that his mom is keeping a Jewish girl, right? In The Irishman, De Niro is assigned to be Hoffa's keeper. You know, all of a sudden it was just like blowing up all over the place. So here's the question, which we'll talk about tonight, and I want to make sure I'm done talking by 8 o'clock, or I will have guns ablaze. There will be fighting in the room. So here's the question that we're going to talk about tonight during commercial breaks and during some of the non-sexier awards with speakers is to remain a we. It seems like these movies are telling us that in the midst of an escalating war and battles, for the sake of our children, we have to test our devotions to determine if we will be our brothers and sisters keeper. And so that's kind of the question I think that's being asked, or not really the question, really the answer is that we have to, in the midst of this escalating war and battles, for the sake of our children, test our devotions. And then real quickly is, this is how they play out in these movies, and if you got a camera, I would just take a picture of this because I don't know, to me this is the kind of thing that I think is one of those things where individually you may deal with this differently. So I say, we'll be our brothers and sisters keeper even when, in Ford versus Ferrari, even when they are stubborn and a pain in the butt and not a team player, which is what happens in that movie. Like his loyalty is tested, whether he's going to be Christian Bale's, you know, brother's keeper. And once upon a time in Hollywood, they have a past that everyone is judged and I have to defend. In Joker, they have a tick and seem dangerously different. Oh, by the way, we didn't talk about Joker. Joker is the antithesis of what it looks like when we aren't our brother's keeper. So when you look at that movie, for those of you who are fans of Joker and are like, I don't know what you're talking about, brother's keeper, there's nothing there. I'm like, that's the point. There's no brother keeper, you know. And then 1917, which is supposed to win tonight. So this one may actually be the one we deal with most, which is, will we be our brother's keeper if it means that we have to come out of our trench and cross into no man's land to stop a fight, not to fight, to stop a fight. In Little Women, it means delaying my own calling. In Jojo Rabbit, it means that I'm betraying my party allegiance and helping my enemy. There's no political things about that, I'm sure. We are moving in different directions, and we both want what is in between. And in Parasite, there's an opportunity. Will I help my brothers or be my sister's keeper if there's an opportunity to advance our profit off of them? And in Irishman, will I do it if the powers that got me here want me to destroy them? So that's just a look at each individual film and how it teases out this. So, whew, sorry. Thank you guys for... Can you give me a hand? So I'm going to stop talking except for one thing to say, here are some of the speakers we're going to listen to tonight during the commercial break and during some of the awards that are a little less sexy. And so we're going to look at Gender and Politics with Sarah Riggs Amico is here tonight. Culture and Class with Adam Thompson, who's with Three Strand Films, which is Lecrae's film branch. And looking at the church is David Scott, a friend of mine, who's the pastor at Highlands Church. And then looking through the lens of race is Damian Boyd. He's the pastor at Vertical Church, which is in the West End. So that's the folks who we're going to talk to, and each one of them picked a movie, Oscar nominee, to talk through also. So we're going to keep it all Oscar related as we talk to you. So thank you guys very much, and enjoy the